the latest military news update. This is AFP Community News, hosted by Rofh Suzon every 12 noon, Mondays to Fridays. Only here on DWDD Armed Forces Radio. One AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Joint operation captures notorious NPA leader in Capiz. Town in southern Leyte achieves stable internal peace and security condition. PNP clarifies directive on security measures by private agencies. DMW implements ban on Filipino seafarers boarding attacked ships.
Good day everyone, as well to our troops at Camp Emilio Ginaldo, Quezon City. Today is Wednesday, June 26, and we will bring you the latest news from the armed forces and other information around the Philippines. I'm Rofh Suzon for AFP Community News.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
And for the brief overview of our stories, a notorious New People's Army leader was apprehended in a joint operation by the Philippine Army and Philippine National Police in Sitio Siwalang, Barangay Tapulang, Maayon, Capiz yesterday. The military identified the wanted leader as Francisco Balois, alias Tony Ying, the squad leader of Squad 2, Madias 2 Central Front Committee Rehiyon Panay. Tony Ying, with a bounty of 150,000 pesos, has 9 pending warrants of arrest for charges including murder, illegal possession of firearms and explosives, rebellion, robbery in ban, and violations of the anti-piracy and anti-highway robbery law. He is also notorious for extortion activities in Panay, particularly targeting businesses, construction companies, and farmers in Capiz. Relatedly, Major General Marion Suzon, the commander of 3rd Infantry Division, commended the joint forces for their successful operation.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
The municipality of Macrohon, Southern Leyte was declared in a stable internal peace and security condition recently. This follows a similar declaration for its neighboring town of Bontoc last May 6, 2024. Macrohon was cleared of communist terrorist group influence in 2010 and has since maintained an inactive level of insurgency. 802nd Infantry Brigade Commander Brigadier General Noel Vestuir commended the local government and their stakeholders for their dedication in maintaining a peaceful environment.
Armed Forces Radio.
For other updates, let us hear the details about DND host 13th Philippine-Indonesia Joint Defense Meeting in Makati City. Go ahead, Bea.
Yes, Rofh, the Department of National Defense hosted the 13th Philippine-Indonesia Joint Defense and Security Cooperation Committee or JDSCC meeting in Makati City. The meeting was led by DND Undersecretary for Capability Assessment and Development, Angelito De Leon, and Indonesia's Director General for Defense Strategy, Major General Ujang Darwis. In his opening remarks, Yusek De Leon highlighted the 75th anniversary of the strong diplomatic relations between the Philippines and Indonesia, reaffirming the nation's commitment to the 1997 Philippine-Indonesia Agreement on Cooperative Activities in the field of defense and security. Moreover, Major General Darwis pledged to further enhance border security and defense cooperation between the allied nations. This is Beatrice reporting for AFP Community News, One AFP for a Stronger Philippines.
Thank you so much, Bea.
DWDD Armed Forces.
The number of Chinese ships monitored in the West Philippine Sea has increased. According to data released by the Philippine Navy, from June 18 to 24, 129 Chinese ships were observed, up from 121 the previous week. Notably, 4 of these warships were positioned near Ayungin Shoal. Last week, China deployed 3 People's Liberation Army Navy vessels to Bajo de Masinloc Shoal, but currently only 1 warship remains in the area.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
The Veterans Federation of the Philippines has expressed full support for President Ferdinand Marcos Jr.'s leadership in defending the nation's sovereignty and rights in accordance with the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea and the 2016 arbitral ruling. In a statement signed by retired Major General Romeo Alamillo, the VFP President and CEO, the group also aligned with the Department of National Defense under Secretary Gilberto Chodoro's leadership in promoting strong national defense. As veterans of various wars, the VFP stands with the nation's defenders, particularly the troops stationed at BRP Sierra Madre. The group condemned the barbaric use of force by the Chinese Coast Guard to obstruct a resupply mission at Ayungin Show last June 17.
Armed Forces Radio Report.
We have a report coming in about newly promoted generals and naval officers' appointments forwarded to CA for confirmation. Go for the details, Rocky.
Yes, Rofh, Malacanang has forwarded the appointment papers of 15 newly promoted generals and senior naval officers to the Congressional Commission on Appointments for confirmation hearings. Among them is Philippine Navy Rear Admiral Alfonso Torres Jr., promoted to the rank of Vice Admiral, who heads the Western Command overseeing the West Philippine Sea from Camp General Artemio Ricarte in Puerto Princesa City. Philippine Army Major General Fernando Reyeg, promoted to Lieutenant General and heading the Visayas Command based in Cebu City, also had his papers submitted for confirmation. Others awaiting CA confirmation include officers promoted to Major General, Rear Admiral, Commodore, and Brigadier General. This is Rocky reporting for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Thank you so much, Rocky.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
The Philippine Army is ready to host the 32nd edition of the ASEAN Army's Rifles Meet as representatives from participating armies conducted a comprehensive inspection of facilities at Camp Baudonal Capas, Tarlac yesterday. Representative inspected the newly refurbished grandstand and the shooting ranges at the Marksmanship Training Center. The 2024 AARN theme Strengthening Partnership and Camaraderie Towards Regional Stability emphasizes the event's cultural and diplomatic significance. Moreover, the rulebook governing the competition was endorsed and the agenda of the ASEAN Chiefs of Army Multilateral Meeting and the ASEAN Army Sergeant Major's annual meeting was established.
DWDD National News.
For our national news, the Department of Migrant Workers announced that it will no longer permit boarding of Filipino seafarers on ships that were attacked by Houthi rebels in the Red Sea and Gulf of Aden. It can be recalled that most of the crew members of MV Galaxy Leader, MV True Confidence, and MV Tutor, which suffered Houthi attacks, are Filipinos. According to the DMW Secretary Hans Leo Cactac, they have been working with maritime stakeholders for risk and security assessment and to strengthen the protection of Filipino seafarers. With regard to the right to refuse sailing, the Secretary stressed that ship owners need to give notices to Filipino seafarers as early as possible that the vessel they are boarding will traverse through high-risk zones.
Armed Forces Radio Report.
On the other line, let us hear from Beth about Agusan del Norte government turns over houses to former rebels.
Agusan del Norte government turned over newly built housing unit to Friends Rescue of the 29th Infantry Matatag Battalion in Barangay Victory, Tubay. Governor Maria Angela Rosedel M. Amante, serving as guest of honor and speaker, emphasized the importance of reintegration programs and providing stability and the new beginnings of the FRs. Moreover, Brigadier General Arsenio Sadural, commander of the 901st Infantry Brigade, highlighted the role of such initiatives in achieving lasting peace and development in the region, emphasizing the government's effort to address the needs of communities and facilitates the reintegration of former rebels. This is Betaniete reporting for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for Stronger Philippines.
Thank you so much, Beth Tanyete.
DWDD National News.
The Philippine National Police has shed light on its directive for private security agencies to ramp up checks and other related measures in public places. PNP Civil Security Group spokesperson Police Lieutenant Colonel Ayudisan Goltiano clarified that the release of Memorandum 045-2024 by the Supervisory Office for Security and Investigation Agencies is just a reminder for security personnel to be on alert against possible atrocities by unscrupulous groups. The said order directed private security professionals to monitor identified potential terrorist targets in their areas of responsibility, particularly in places of convergence. Moreover, PSPs were told to intensify information gathering on various threat groups and closely monitor developments of their terrorist plans and activities.
DWDD National News.
Camarines Sur 1st District Representative Luis Raymond Villafuerte Jr. emphasized that the approved tariff cut on imported rice would make a way for President Ferdinand Marcos Jr.'s goal to reduce the cost of the staple to below 30 pesos per kilogram. Villafuerte praised the Executive Order 62 as it cut down the tariff rate on imported rice from 35% to 15% in quota and out quota. In line with this, the lawmaker called on certain farmers groups that are planning to file a temporary restraining order against the EO62 to reconsider their planned legal action, noting that agricultural workers will benefit from cheaper rice as they themselves are main consumers of the staple. Last weekend, 12 groups including Samahang Industriya ng Agrikultura announced that they will file a TRO before the Supreme Court to prevent implementation of the EO62 on July 6.
Armed Forces Radio Report.
Let us hear an update from Meljoy regarding AFP LGU conduct fun run and tree planting for the 111th founding anniversary of Cabugao.
Rofh, in a vibrant display of community spirit and environmental consciousness, the municipality of Cabugao celebrated its 111th founding anniversary on June 23 to 25. Themed sa mundong puno ng polusyon, puno ang solusyon, the event brought together various sectors of the community in a collective effort to combat pollution and promote sustainability. This celebration of unity in diversity, valuing a deep sense of community, was marked by a fun run and tree planting activity on June 25, 2024. The 98th Infantry Masinag Battalion, together with 1505th MC RMF B-15, Bureau of Fire and Protection, Cabugao MPS, Apayao Provincial Hospital, Local Youth Development Office, and Sangguniang Kabataan members enthusiastically participated in the program. The fun run energized participants and spectators, setting a positive and active tone for the day. Following the run, the participants channeled their energy into a tree planting activity at the evacuation center in Iyapan, Barangay Lutuacan. With dedication and teamwork, they successfully planted approximately 150 fruit-bearing trees, symbolizing growth, sustainability, and the promise of a greener future for Cabugao. This initiative commemorates Cabugao's rich history and renews the community's commitment to environmental stewardess. As the newly planted trees take root and grow, they will serve as a living testament to the unity and proactive spirit of Cabugao's residents in the face of environmental challenges. Let this be a reminder of a shared responsibility and the power of collective action in creating a sustainable and greener future for Cabugao. The 111th founding anniversary of Cabugao reminds the community that collective action can lead to meaningful change, proving that trees are a vital solution in a world of pollution. This is Meljoy Nash reporting for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for Stronger Philippines.
Thank you so much, Meljoy.
DWDD National News.
The Department of Agriculture will consider recommending a tariff increase if prices of retail rice will significantly decrease. DA Secretary Francisco Chu Laurel Jr. shared in a media forum organized by the Philippine Chamber of Commerce and Industry that the first review on reduced tariff on imported rice will be held in November this year. Just recently, President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. issued Executive Order 62, cutting down the tariff on imported rice from 35% to 15% to alleviate the impacts of price pressures on rice consumers. Based on DA's monitoring in Metro Manila, the imported regular milled rice ranges from 48 pesos to 51 pesos per kilogram, while the well-milled rice is at 52 pesos to 55 pesos per kilogram.
DWDD National News.
The Department of Human Settlements and Urban Development is set to create development projects in Tondo, Manila, after President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. issued a proclamation reserving a portion of land in the area. President Marcos released the proclamation number 610, signed by Executive Secretary Lucas Berzamin last June 21, upon the recommendation of the Secretary of the Department of Environment and Natural Resources. As stated in the proclamation, the DHSUD is allowed to own a certain portion of the land identified as Lot 4A, CSD 00003715, to carry out urban development subject to final ground survey. The identified portion of the land has a total land area of 21,872 square meters.
Armed Forces Radio. Report.
And now let's hear from a reporter on the ground for more updates about Philippine Air Force to showcase territorial defense capabilities in 77th anniversary. Go on for the details, Kath.
Yes, Rofh. The Philippine Air Force will demonstrate its territorial defense capabilities during its 77th founding anniversary on July 1 at Basa Air Base, Florida Blanca, Pampanga. According to PAF spokesperson Colonel Maria Consuelo Castillo, the event will feature simulated scenarios showcasing the PAF's ability to retake territory from hostile forces, including airstrike missions, intelligence reconnaissance using unmanned aerial vehicles, and troop insertions via Black Hawk helicopters. She also highlighted the debut of the ground-based air defense system, an Israeli-made Spider mobile air defense system aimed at protecting Philippine airspace from hostile aircraft. The anniversary celebrations will include a flyby of PAF aircraft, with President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. expected to attend as guest of honor. This is Kat reporting for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Thank you so much, Kath.
DWDD. National News.
The Department of Environment and Natural Resources joined the celebration of Arbor Day through planting over 90,000 seedlings nationwide. In news release, the agency shared that they have utilized over 200 hectares of land in 205 sites nationwide to strengthen the country's contribution to global efforts to combat climate change. Over 1,500 volunteers joined the tree planting activities held at Tanayan, Tipolo, Baras, San Mateo, and Rodriguez in Rizal, led by DENR officials. Among the seedlings planted were Nara, Apitong, Molave, and fruit-bearing trees like Sorsup, identified as native in the said area.
DWDD. National News.
The Philippine Foundation for Vaccination appealed to the Food and Drug Administration to approve the second-generation vaccine against dengue as cases increase nationwide. According to PFV Executive Director Lulu Bravo, the manufacturer of dengue vaccine, Qdenga, named Takeda, has applied for FDA registration in the country. Meanwhile, Bravo assured that the safety of the Qdenga, noting his credibility as vaccine investigator. He further explained that it can be given to those who have not had dengue, far from the first-generation vaccine. That was meant only for those who already contracted the disease before.
Armed Forces Radio. Report.
From Rizal, let us hear more updates from Mela about authorities nab 8 personalities in anti-illegal drugs campaign.
Thank you very much. 8 suspected drug personalities were arrested by the police authorities during the anti-illegal drug campaign, which was carried out within 24 hours operation in the province of Rizal. A total of 250,000 pesos worth of suspected shabu were confiscated in the said police operation. While according to the report reaching Rizal Provincial Police Office in Camp General Licerio Hieronimo in Taytay, some of those arrested suspects were from the towns of Cainta, Tanay, San Mateo, and Binangonan of the aforementioned province. Currently, the arrested suspects now in the custody of police stations who were caught them for proper documentation and disposition of the case to be filed against them for violating Comprehensive Dangerous Drug Act Law of 2002. This is Ella Mercado reporting for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for Stronger Philippines.
Thank you so much, Ella Mercado.
DWDD National
The
News.
Metropolitan Waterworks and Sewage System Regulatory Office has given more than 2 million pesos worth of penalties to Maynilad Water Services Incorporated. According to MWSS, the imposed fines were due to the failure Maynilad in terms of total coliform at a regulatory sampling point in Caloocan Pumping Station and Reservoir. The agency explained that the drinking water standard for total coliform bacteria is 0 colony forming units per 100 ml of water sample, which means it should be absent in potable water. It also added that coliform bacteria is typically found in soil, water, human and animal waste, which may cause diarrhea or vomiting.
DWDD National News.
The Malacanang will conduct another concerto sa Palasyo to honor Filipino healthcare workers. The Presidential Communications Office announced that the concerto sa Palasyo para sa ating mga healthcare workers will be held on Sunday starting at 6:30 p.m. According to PZO, the activity will be broadcast live on their Facebook pages of Radio Television Malacanang and Concerto sa Palasyo. It can be recalled that the Malacanang previously held Concerto sa Palasyo for soldiers, athletes, and teachers last April, August, and October 2023, respectively.
Armed Forces Radio.
Bring us the latest insights from the scene. We have our correspondent, Jai. Let us hear the details about ASEAN delegates convened for ASMAM preparations in Tarlac.
Yes, Rob, Philippine Army delegates along with representatives from ASEAN countries gathered for a breakout session meeting at the Headquarters Training and Doctrine Command in Capas, Tarlac yesterday. The meeting was a preparatory step for the upcoming Army Sergeant Major annual meet. ASMAM is a significant army-to-army engagement that brings together ASEAN Army Sergeant Majors to foster camaraderie, share knowledge and expertise, and build cooperation among the participating nations. The Philippine Army, as the host, emphasized the importance of this engagement in promoting regional stability, enhancing mutual understanding, and strengthen regional military ties. This is Joy reporting for AFP Community News, one AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Thank you so much, Jai.
DWDD National News.
The Philippine Atmospheric, Geophysical and Astronomical Services Administration said that rain showers will prevail over most parts of the country due to the intertropical convergence zone and the easterlies. Based on its forecast, Caraga and Davao region will experience scattered rain showers and thunderstorms, while the rest of Mindanao will have rain showers or thunderstorms brought by the ITCZ. On the other hand, the easterlies will cause scattered rain showers and thunderstorms over the Bicol region, eastern Visayas, Aurora and Quezon, and isolated rain showers or thunderstorms over the rest of the country. Moreover, the State Weather Bureau said that light to moderate winds and slight to moderate seas will continue to prevail nationwide.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
And that's all for today's broadcast. Thank you so much for joining us, especially to our audience in our Facebook page, AFP Radio DWDD. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow for more updates, same time and same station. Again, this is Rofh Suzon for AFP Community News, one AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Behold the latest military news update. This is AFP Community News, hosted by Rofh Suzon every 12 noon, Mondays to Fridays. Only here on DWDD Armed Forces Radio. One AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Ito ang DWDD 1134 kHz AM. Balita, impormasyon at musika. Ito ang DWDD AFP Radio. Boses ng Kawal Pilipino.
Kayo ay nakatutok sa DWDD AFP Radio.